My wife won $2 million in the lottery, immediately filed for divorce, and hid the winnings. She told the judge, "I have no assets." She forgot we live in a community property state, and I had a time-stamped photo of the winning ticket she sent me the day she won. I showed the photo to the judge. I walked away with $1 million. She faced a perjury investigation. My wife, Karen, and I had a ritual. Every Friday on my way home from the construction site, I'd stop at the same convenience store and buy 2 lottery tickets, one for me, one for her. It was a silly, hopeful tradition, a $1 a week dream we shared. I never imagined that dream would become the nightmare that ended my marriage. 3 months ago, the nightmare began. I was at work finishing a long day when I got a text from her, a photo of a lottery ticket, the one I'd bought for her that week. Below the ticket was a single frantic message. "Oh my God, Mark, I think I won. I think I actually won." I checked the numbers. They matched those I'd seen on the news that morning. My heart pounded. I called her immediately. She was screaming with joy, half crying, half laughing. $2 million, Mark, she yelled. The lump sum payout after taxes is just over $2 million. Can you believe it? Our lives are about to change forever. We celebrated that night with champagne and expensive takeout. We talked and dreamed for hours, paying off the mortgage, helping our parents, traveling the world. It was the happiest I'd seen her in years. It was also the last time I truly saw the woman I thought I'd married. A week later, things got weird. Karen became distant, secretive. She took hushed phone calls in the other room. When I asked about claiming the prize, she was vague. "I'm talking to a financial advisor," she said. "We need to be smart about this. Set up a trust or something. It's complicated." 2 weeks after the win, I came home to find a letter on the kitchen table. It was from a lawyer. She was filing for divorce. The papers were already on their way. She wasn't there. Most of her clothes and belongings were gone. A short, cold note said, "I need space. All future communication will be through my attorney." I was blindsided, devastated. I tried calling, but she didn't answer. The dream had curdled into a personal catastrophe. I spent days in a fog of grief and confusion. Why? After 10 years of marriage, why now? The official divorce papers arrived a week later. As I read them, I got my answer. They included her financial disclosure, a sworn statement of all her assets. It was simple and stark. It listed a small savings account, a 5-year-old car, and nothing else. No mention of $2 million. That's when grief turned to cold resolve. She hadn't just left me. She had decided to steal from me. She won the lottery with a ticket I'd bought from our shared income. We live in Texas, a community property state. Half that money was legally mine. Her plan was to time the divorce perfectly, hide the money, and lie to the court, hoping I was too heartbroken or stupid to notice. She counted on my devastation and ignorance. But she made one colossal mistake. She forgot about the photograph. In her excitement, she sent me a time-stamped text with a clear picture of the winning ticket. It was a digital receipt, perfect evidence sent from her phone to mine on the exact date of the win, weeks before she filed for divorce. The smoking gun. I didn't confront her. I didn't send an angry text. Showing my hand too early would give her time to lie more, move the money in complicated ways. My grief burned away, leaving patient, calculated anger. She wanted a legal fight built on lies. I was going to give her a legal execution built on truth. I sat in my quiet, half-empty house, staring at that ticket photo on my phone. She thought that ticket was her key to a new life without me. She had no idea it was the key to her own destruction. Update 1. The next 2 months were a masterclass in endurance. I had to live as the grieving, abandoned husband, all while holding the key to the case. I trusted my gut and hired a good, honest divorce lawyer, Mr. Chen. Not a shark, just competent, someone to play my hand at the right time. I showed him the text on day 1. He smiled grimly. "Mr. Peterson, this is what we call an ace in the hole. Her entire case is built on a lie, and you have irrefutable proof." His advice matched mine. Be patient. Let her build her house of cards before knocking it down. Reveal the evidence too soon, and they'd spin a story to muddy the waters. She had to commit fully to her lie, formally and legally. The first step was exchanging financial disclosures. As expected, her notarized documents were fiction. Her assets were minuscule. Under gifts, prizes, or inheritances received in the last 12 months, she wrote none. She signed under penalty of perjury, a clean, beautiful lie. We responded with honest disclosure and sent interrogatories, a set of formal questions. One was simple: have you at any time during the marriage purchased a lottery ticket that resulted in a prize exceeding $1,000? Weeks later, her lawyer sent sworn answers. To that question, she wrote, no. The lie was now official in multiple legal documents. The trap was closing. Living with her betrayal was hardest. Her friends, unaware of the lottery, called offering sympathy. We can't believe she did this, Mark, they said. She changed overnight. I thanked them, knowing she hadn't changed. She'd cashed in. Karen was living her best life, renting a lavish downtown apartment, driving a new luxury car, posting pictures of shopping sprees, expensive dinners, and getaways. Her declared assets couldn't support this lifestyle. Her arrogance was breathtaking. She thought she was untouchable. Her lawyer was equally arrogant, aggressive, condescending, believing he could railroad a simple man. He sent a settlement offer that was insulting, a tiny fraction of our savings in exchange for me signing away all future claims. He tried to bully me into a quick exit. We refused. Mr. Chen replied, "My client does not accept your client's offer. We will see you at the deposition." The deposition was last week. Not a courtroom, but just as serious, a formal, recorded interview with a court reporter transcribing every word. She'd have to answer questions under oath, either coming clean or committing perjury. I knew her lies would run out, and I'd be there to watch. Update 2. The deposition was in a sterile conference room. Tension thick. I sat at one end with Mr. Chen. Karen sat at the other with her lawyer and court reporter. Karen looked incredible. Chic dress, perfect hair, untouchable confidence. She gave me a brief, pitying glance like a stray dog. Mr. Chen was calm and methodical, asking about our marriage, finances, separation. Karen's answers were smooth, rehearsed, with subtle digs. She painted herself as ambitious, forward-thinking, outgrowing her complacent husband. Then Mr. Chen pivoted. "Mrs. Peterson, you stated in your financial disclosure you have no significant assets other than your savings account and car. Is that still accurate?" "Yes," she said confidently. "And you haven't received any large sums, gifts, or prizes in the past year?" "No," she said, looking him in the eye. Mr. Chen paused, then his voice sharpened. "On April 12th, did you send your husband a text message?" Confusion flickered across her face. "I don't remember a specific text." "Let me refresh your memory," Mr. Chen said, sliding a printed photo across the table. Her text message, the winning ticket photo, her excited words, the timestamp. Karen stared, color drained from her face. Her lawyer snatched the paper, eyes wide with panic. "Is this your phone number?" he asked. "Did you take this photo? Did you send this message to my client on April 12th? Karen was speechless, staring, mouth opening and closing like a fish. Her lawyer whispered frantically. I don't recall," she stammered. "You don't recall sending your husband a picture of a $2 million winning ticket?" Mr. Chen's voice boomed. "A ticket bought during marriage with marital funds, community property by law." Her lawyer jumped in. "My client answered, 'Move on.'" Mr. Chen said coldly, "No, we have a serious problem. She denied this prize multiple times under oath. This isn't just divorce, it's a criminal matter. Perjury." He turned to the court reporter. "Mark this Exhibit A. Note that the witness couldn't identify her own text message." Her lawyer demanded a recess. They left the room, muffled, frantic voices. They returned 10 minutes later, demeanor changed. Arrogance gone, replaced by pale terror. Her lawyer told Mr. Chen, "Our client will amend her disclosure." Mr. Chen smiled coldly. "I'm sure she will, but it's too late. We want justice. This deposition is over. See you in court." Final update. 6 weeks later was the final hearing. Karen's side was frantic. Her arrogant lawyer was fired, replaced by a seasoned criminal defense attorney. They sent desperate settlement offers, 20%, then 30%, then 40%, finally 50%, begging to settle and avoid a perjury report to the district attorney. I spoke to Mr. Chen. "It's a good offer. You'd get your $1 million and we could all walk away." "No," I said firmly. "This was never about money. It's about the lie. She tried to steal and use the court system. She lied under oath. That's an attack on the system itself. I want a judge to hear this." I refused to settle. I wanted my day in court. The hearing was surreal. Karen was a different person, pale, thin, unable to look at me. The confident woman from the deposition was gone. Mr. Chen presented the evidence methodically. The divorce filing with fraudulent disclosure, sworn interrogatories denying winnings, deposition transcript of perjury, and Exhibit A, the timestamp text. The judge, a no-nonsense woman in her 60s, looked at the evidence and Karen with utter contempt. She didn't need to hear arguments. In my 20 years on the bench, she said with authority, I've rarely seen a more blatant and foolish attempt to defraud this court and a spouse. The deceit is staggering and amateurish. She turned to Karen. You committed perjury, ma'am. You lied multiple times under oath. That's a serious felony, an offense against the foundation of our legal system. Her ruling was swift and brutal. She awarded me exactly 50% of the post-tax winnings, $1,420,500. She ordered frozen funds transferred to my account immediately. She denied all of Karen's spousal support claims and awarded me all legal fees to be paid from Karen's remaining half. Then the final blow. Regarding your testimony, I'm referring this case and recommendation for a full criminal investigation to the district attorney. You perjured yourself in my courtroom and will now answer for that. I left the courtroom a free man with a check for over $1 million coming my way. Karen left on her way to becoming a convicted felon. The aftermath was expected. She faces a lengthy, expensive criminal battle likely ending with a permanent record. Her legal fees have eaten much of her winnings. She lost everything, her husband, reputation, and much of the prize she tried to steal. I never wanted this. I wanted a life with the woman I loved. But when she showed her true self, I had to choose. I chose to fight for truth. She thought greed was her greatest weapon. She was wrong. My greatest weapon was a simple, undeniable truth sent in a single text message, and in the end, the truth prevailed.